Hello everyone, welcome to the Novel Garden. In today's audio, we will explore chapter 36 to chapter 46 of Oliver Twist, written by Charles Dickens, along with its important themes and deeper analysis in easy English. Now let's begin. Oliver has breakfast with Mr. Losberne and Harry Maylie before they prepare to leave for home. During their conversation, they discuss Harry's future, and it is expected that he will soon become a member of Parliament. Before leaving, Harry asks Oliver to write to him twice every month and share news about the family. As the carriage carries the man away, Rose secretly watches them and quietly cries. 2 months after marrying Mrs. Corney, Mr. Bumble feels unhappy and frustrated. He misses the respect he had as a beadle, and his wife now controls everything at home. Even the poor people no longer fear him because they know Mrs. Bumble is in charge. One day, Mr. Bumble goes to a pub and meets a mysterious man wearing a long cloak. The stranger asks about Oliver's birth nurse. Mr. Bumble explained that the nurse died during the winter, but says he knows another woman who may have more information. The stranger tells him to bring that woman the next evening. Before the man leaves, Mr. Bumble asks his name and learns that he is called Monks. Mr. and Mrs. Bumble go to a poor area near the river to meet Monks. His rude and cold behavior frightens them at first, especially Mrs. Bumble. However, she soon becomes confident again and refuses to share information about Oliver unless Monks pays her £25 in gold. After receiving the money, Mrs. Bumble explains that Mrs. Tingamy had taken some belongings from Oliver's dead mother because she died. Later, Mrs. Bumble recovered these items from a pawnbroker. The items included a locket contains 2 pieces of hair, a wedding ring, and the name Angus, and a date from 1 year before Oliver's birth. Mrs. Bumble gives everything to Monks, and he throws the object into the river to destroy the evidence. Bill Sykes has been seriously ill for a long time, but he slowly begins to recover. Nancy visits Fagin's place to collect Bill's share of money. While she is there, Monks arrive, and Fagin takes him upstairs for a private conversation. Nancy secretly follows them and overhears their discussion. After taking the money from Fagin, Nancy quickly returns home. The next day, she gives Sykes laudanum to make him sleep deeply. Leaving him asleep, she secretly travels across the city to meet Rose Maylie at a hotel near Hyde Park. Nancy meets Rose Maylie and honestly tells her about her connection with Oliver's life. She asks Rose if she knows a man named Monks. Rose says she does not, but Nancy believes Monks may know her under another name because he already knows where she is staying. Nancy explained that she secretly overheard conversation between Fagin and Monks. From them, she learned that Monks paid Fagin to turn Oliver into a criminal. She also discovered that important evidence about Oliver's true identity was thrown into the river by hiding the truth. Monks kept an inheritance that rightfully belongs to Oliver, whom Monks called his younger brother. Rose after Nancy protection and a chance to escape from her dangerous life, but Nancy refuses because she does not want to leave Bill Sykes. However, she promises to meet Rose every Sunday night for 1 hour at London Bridge so they can continue talking. Oliver tells Rose that he has seen Mr. Brownlow entering a house and knows the addresses. Rose takes Oliver to meet Mr. Brownlow, who warmly welcomes Oliver along with Mrs. Bedwin and Mr. Grimwig. Later that evening, Mr. Brownlow meets with the Maylie and Mr. Losberne to discuss how they can discover Oliver's true identity and recover his inheritance. They decide to meet Nancy the following Sunday to learn more where Monks can be found. Meanwhile, Mr. Brownlow plans to seek help from Mr. Grimwig, and Mr. Losburn will contact Harry Maylie. Noah Claypole and Charlotte steal money from Mr. Sowerberry's shop and escape to London. They stay at the Three Keepers Inn, where Fagin secretly watches them and learn that Noah wants to become part of a criminal gang to earn money. Fagin then introduces himself and arranges for Noah, who calls himself Mary's Bolter, and Charlotte, pretending to not be Mrs. Bolter, to meet someone the next day, who will provide them with work and a place to stay in the gang. Noah, Claypole, and Charlotte move into Fagin's house. Fagin tells them that the Artful Dodger has been arrested for pickpocketing and will likely be transported as punishment. Charlie feels unusually sad after hearing the news, but Fagin says that Jack Dawkins is clever enough to entertain everyone in the courtroom with his humor. Fagin disguises Noah as a country wagoner and sends him to watch the trial. During the hearing, Jack Dawkins behaves confidently and jokes so much that even the audience and police laugh. However, despite his wit, he is found guilty and taken away to prison. Nancy prepares to meet Rose Maylie, but Bill Sykes refuses to let her leave the house. Their argument makes Fagin suspicious about Nancy's behavior. Later, when Fagin leaves, Nancy walks with him downstairs and he questions her about the problem. Fagin begins to suspect that Nancy may have another man in her life and says he would like to meet him and bring him into the gang. At the same time, Fagin suggests that Sykes is dangerous because he knows too much about their crimes. He even wonders if Nancy could be persuaded to poison Sykes, which would remove the threat and make Nancy more dependent on Fagin. The next morning, Fagin asks Maurice Bolter, whose real name is Noah Claypole, to secretly follow a woman, discover whom she meets, where she goes, and, if possible, overhear her conversation. In return, Fagin promises to pay him £1. After waiting for 6 days, the chance finally comes on the following Sunday night. Fagin takes Bolter to the Three Cripples and points out the woman he must follow. Nancy arrives at London Bridge at 11:45 p.m., while Noah secretly follows her. At first, no one comes, but after midnight, Rose and Mr. Brownlow arrive. They speak together near the river, while Noah hides close enough to hear everything. Mr. Brownlow promises that Fagin and the gang will not be harmed if he can speak with monks, who will never learn how he was discovered. Nancy tells them that monks often visited the Three Keepers and explain when he can be found there. She also describes monks, and Mr. Brownlow believes he recognizes him. Once again, Rose and Mr. Brownlow offer to rescue Nancy, but she refuses to leave her life behind. Now, it's time to grab a pen and paper and note down the most important analysis points from chapter 36 to 46 of Oliver Twist. These points are very helpful for literature students and competitive exams. Then start point by point. Point number 1. Harry Maylie's political future. Harry's plans to become a member of parliament shows the importance of social status and public respect in Victorian society. Point number 2. Rose's silent love and sacrifice. Rose crying secretly after Harry leaves highlight her emotional struggle and selfless nature. Number 3. Failure of Mr. Bumble's marriage. Dickens uses the Bumble's unhappy marriage to create satire on greed and selfish relationship. Point number 4. Lose of authority of Mr. Bumble. Mr. Bumble losing respect after marriage shows how power and social position can quickly disappear. Point number 5. Introduction of monks as a villain. Monks appear mysterious and dangerous, increasing suspense in the novel. Point number 6. Theme of greed. Mrs. Bumble sells important information about Oliver for money, showing moral corruption caused by greed. Point number 7. Destruction of Oliver's identity evidence. Monks throwing the locket and the ring into the river symbolizes his attempt to erase Oliver's past and inheritance. Number 8. Nancy's inner conflict. Nancy is connected to criminal but still wants to protect Oliver, making her one of the most tragic and complex characters. Point number 9. Fagin's manipulation. Fagin controls people through fear, money, and psychological tricks, especially Nancy and the young boys. Point number 10. Importance of family and identity. Chapter 39 to 41 focus strongly on Oliver's true identity and rightful inheritance. Number 11. Monks and Oliver as brothers. The revelation that Monks is Oliver's brother becomes a major turning point in the story. Point number 12. Theme of crime and corruption. Dickens presents London as a place filled with poverty, crime, and exploitation. Point number 13. Role of women in the novel. Rose represents purity and goodness, while Nancy represents suffering and sacrifice. Point number 14. Nancy as a symbol of redemption. Even though Nancy belonged to the criminal world, her action proved that goodness still exists within her. Point number 15. Contrast between good and evil. Rose and Mr. Brownlow represent kindness, while Fagin and Monks represent corruption and cruelty. Point number 16. Artful Dodger's trial. The Dodger humor during the trial criticizes the legal system and shows how crime has shaped young children. Point number 17. Use of disguise and false identity. Noah changing his name to Maurice Bolter reflect deception and survival in the criminal world. Number 18. Suspense and mystery. Dickens increases tension through secret meeting, spying, and hidden conversation. Point number 19. London as a dark setting. Bridges, pubs, river, and poor neighborhood create a gloomy atmosphere connected with crime and danger. Point number 20. Theme of loyalty. Nancy refuses to leave Bill Sikes despite the danger, showing tragic loyalty and emotional attachment. Point number 21. Moral message of Dickens. Dickens criticizes social injustice and shows how poverty can push people toward crime. Point number 22. Importance for competitive exams. ये बहुत important है. Nancy. Sacrifice and redemption. Fagin. Manipulation and corruption. Monks. Greed and jealousy. Rose. Purity and kindness. Mr. Brownlow. Justice and fatherly care. Main themes: identity, crime, poverty, morality, greed, and redemption. Thank you so much for listening. In the next audio, we will continue the journey of Oliver and see what happened next. Stay connected with the Novel Garden for more simple summaries and clear analysis. Thank you so much. Bye bye. And don't forget to check description.